And guess what I did? Boop. I opened the text thread.
No,
I did.
Oh my God.
But I did, and what I saw was them calling me a bitch, saying I could choke on a bag of wieners, comparing me to Miss Piggy, who's an icon, but like, what are they really saying? Oh my God. I'm like, was that an earthquake? Oh, anyway. I like felt something
I didn't feel it. California, you guys, yes.
I don't know. Anyway, so maybe the universe was like, shut the fuck up. Hi, Nico.
Hi, Helen.
How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty excited to be here with you today.
I like the blue. It's different.
And I'm drinking a blue drink just to match. I hope you noticed.
It's matching.
Thank you.
It's great. Let's talk about our guest today. Our guest today is actor and musician Maya Murillo. Maya and I actually working on a one-woman show together, and I have the honor of producing it and directing it. It's going to be at the legendary Dynasty Typewriter at the end of the month, September 30th, 7:30. But on top of being a performer, Maya has her own podcast called the Super Secret Bestie Club, and it's with iHeartRadio and Sonoro. I'm actually a huge fan of it, so highly recommend you go check it out. And if Maya Murillo, if she looks familiar, it's because she worked at BuzzFeed when BuzzFeed was that girl. Do you remember the BuzzFeed days when it was like at its peak?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
those were the days.
Those were the days. I know. I got nostalgic thinking about it earlier, but she was a producer there and for Better Like, and she made a name for herself making these like feel good viral videos. And I'm excited to have her on. We're just going to have her on. She's so fun.
Can I say this from an outsider's perspective? Because I discovered Maya at your show at Singer Writers.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the first time I saw her, and I thought she was the funniest thing that night.
And I think her content is as successful as it is because I think when you're with Maya, personally, I feel like I'm with like a family member or like a prima. She makes you laugh like the minute you meet her. And she's just great vibes, great energy. So I'm excited to do this with her.
Nice.
Let's
go.
Let's do it. Okay, Maya, welcome to the pod.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. We can just jump in with our first lovely segment, Dog of the Week. Let me wake this guy up. You guys probably already know him, Rocket. Remember
Rocket is a sensation on the internet. It's causing waves.
Rocket, come here. I love Rocket. We had a funny story with Rocket. What was the story? Remember when I was over at Helen's house this past weekend and I pulled out my Kermit the Frog puppet. Oh, yes. And Rocket was in his cage, like kind of freaking out. I was like, what the heck? Maybe he thinks it's like a toy to play with. But you were saying, I don't know if you want to say that on no, yeah, podcast. I can say that. His owner works at the Jim Henson Company. So
no way. No.
Yeah. I know. So I pulled it out and he started freaking out. I was like, wait.
He recognized Kermit the Frog? You're kidding me right now.
The frog. He did.
Is a dog trained and beloved IP.
I know. Yeah. It was so cute. He's adorable. But you guys, he is so much. He wakes me up at like 7 a.m. every day. He wants to play all the time. He's
a big guy.
In my face. He's always up in my face. And I'm like, bro, no. So I'm ready for him to leave tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock.
Oh, don't say that.
Don't tell him that right in front of him.
Don't say that on a podcast.
You guys, it's fine. It's fine. I'm very honest, transparent. See, right. Let's make Dog of the Week. We're gonna jump into Proof of Life, where we show people that we're alive, and we give you guys, we give the people a little update.
Yes.
On what's going on with our lives.
I want to know what you guys are up to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can tell you guys a little bit about it, and then Maya can weigh in. Maya and I are very, very busy working on Maya's one-woman show. It is coming together so well. We're performing it at the Dynasty Typewriter, 7:30 p.m. You guys should buy tickets.
When?
September 30th. October.
Okay.
Yeah, Maya, do you want to tell Nico a little bit more? Yeah. So I come from the internet world. I started all of my stuff in 2009 when I was like 16 years old. And I've always loved musical theater, but I've just stayed in the internet lane. And whenever I would do live shows, I'm like, ooh, there's something about this that I like. Like, I would get the bug, and then it wasn't really until like at the beginning of this year, I found a group chat of my tias fat shaming me. And
Classic.
so I was like, you know what? This is exactly what I need for the third act of my show. And because I just like wanted to do like a one woman show or like a musical comedy show. And I was like, it needs like a through line. It needs something like, and that was the perfect thing to drive me into making this show. And it's called Maya and the Moments, kind of a play off of my internet name, Maya in the Moment. And it's all the moments that shaped me to be who I am today as a creative and an artist, but also like the moment that changed my life forever when I found out about this group chat because I'm completely estranged from my family now. Like I don't talk
Oh, wait,
to
wait. Can you tell me a little bit about that? So you were not part of this group chat, and then you came to know that it existed, and the group was talking about you?
yeah, it was my tias, like basically my godmothers actually. The day after my birthday, a family friend came over and she needed help sending something to her phone, and so she gave me her phone. She gave me her phone, and I saw like a text pop up in the thread of my Nina, my tia, who was saying, and they're all weirdos. And some stuff had happened beforehand that kind of made me feel like they were talking shit about me. And guess what I did? Boop. I opened the text thread.
No, you
I
shouldn't have
did.
done. Oh my God.
But I did, and what I saw was
No.
them calling me a bitch, saying I could choke on a bag of wieners, comparing me to Miss Piggy, who's an icon, but like, what are they really saying? No, this is
Okay.
they're yeah, it was very like messed up, and it completely rocked my world because I was like very loyal, a super I just like I feel like the whole thing, the misogyny of it all, of being like a Mexican girl, in your family where you want to be like a good daughter, you want to be a good granddaughter, a niece, and I really really took on that loyalty, and it just I feel like I got slapped in the face. And
No.
yeah, they basically, oh my god. I'm like, was that an earthquake? Oh, anyway. I like felt
I
something
didn't
shake.
feel it. I didn't feel it. California, you guys, yes.
I don't know. Anyway,
Dude,
sorry. Say yes. Let's just say
that's a
yeah. That was a
normal question.
maybe the
That's a
universe
normal question. It
was
sounds
also like on it's the eclipse day today, so maybe the universe was like, shut the fuck up. But
so you should
yeah,
be talking about this.
yeah.
Wait,
So that
wait, Maya, I want to
moment.
pull from this thread, but should I go watch the show first before asking
Yeah.
any questions? Because I'm obsessed about this now.
No, yeah, you gotta come watch the show.
Okay, I'll shut up. I'll shut up
My
because this
producer
show
speaks
may.
for me. She
I
said
love that. She's like, shut up.
whatever she says. Yes. We're gonna go back because I told Nico that I want to start having top of the episode. I want to have guests kind of tell us what making it means for them. So, segue back to that, Maya, what does making it mean for you? Making it to me, it has changed so much because at first it was very much like a Disney Channel original movie sense where it was like making it means I'm famous and I'm rich and everybody loves me for my talents, and very much like kind of built up delusionally, which is fine. But I think it's a mixture of what you define as success and what you define as happiness and as making it, because I mean, I've been through ups and downs of my career where I was like on top of the world and like popping on the internet and numbers flying, millions of views and likes all over the place. And then, then it tanks if you're not consistent. And then it's like, okay, so I'm not making it. So I'm done, right, with my career. Cause I'm like, I used to work at BuzzFeed. Now I'm not working there anymore. And I don't have as much like pull as I used to or whatever. So like I had to redefine what it means to me. And I think that that's very important for every single artist and creative, is that you do have this bigger picture to society and the industry of what it means to make it. Like, yes, that's still a thing, but you also need to have your own internal system and definition of what it means to make it to you, so you don't lose your shit and lose yourself in the chaos of this industry, right? Very well said. Very well said. That's what we love talking about, because if not, you will go crazy and you will not be happy. And life is too short to just be in pursuit of something that is a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah,
Money doesn't bring you happiness. Fame doesn't bring you happiness. Yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
giving your
artificial.
validation up to like the audience and to everybody else, the industry, to determine what your worth is. And it's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want that.
I bet that in an era of metrics, that's very hard for a content creator on the internet, which I'm not. It has to be hard because it confronts you with like numbers, and that's such a easy it's such an easy way to measure yourself against an artificial indicator.
And we have no control of the algorithm. Like it changes constantly.
And
Where you
so many
think,
people got famous
yes. And
because
then
the algorithm like blew that way.
yes, and then it's only they go famous off of one video and that's it. Or they repeat that thing and then that format they created, they're actually not they don't like it and they don't want to be known for that. And so they switch to something else and they have to rebuild their
Mhm.
entire thing all over again. So it's like we're really just like following whatever algorithm these things are serving us and trying to figure it out. But it's like, oh my God, it's exhausting. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Big sigh. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We're gonna fast forward then back to where we were with Proof of Life, and Nico would love to hear what you were up to and some updates from you.
So I finished my commercial, and now I'm working on a project that I had wanted to do for a long time. It's an animated film. So I'm working on a proof of concept, and it's about a real. So it's inspired by real events. I don't know if you know this. I'm obsessed with cults.
Cult?
I
Oh, okay.
cult movies and shows, and that's my thing. And my favorite cult of all times is the Biospherians. You know this?
No.
Biosphere 2. Have you heard about this story? So I'm gonna briefly tell you about
Yeah.
this. You know
Wait,
about
what is it?
this, right? It's called there's a great documentary about this. It's called the Biosphere 2. And it
I
started
me too. Okay.
I'm gonna briefly tell you about it. So it starts late in the 70s, right? This guy, John Allen, is this kind of like charismatic leader of this group. And the group is not just regular people, they're like scientists and philosophers and artists, and they are doing crazy performance shows, kind of very 70s, right? And Allen gets in his head that they're going to build a giant ship. And they build this actual ship, like a sailing ship, and they go around the world and use it as a stage. And then fast forward to the 80s, like I think in 81 or something, Allen is backed by this oil tycoon in Texas. And he convinces this guy that he will create his obsession. So he's like, Sixteen Chapel. Like this is like the epitome of his career. And it will be this 3 acres glass building that looks like a spaceship in the desert of Arizona. This guy is obsessed with like self-sufficient systems and how we're going to survive on Mars. I don't know. It's like giant kind of like utopia. They build it, and inside they have like an ocean, they have a jungle, they have a savanna, like all the like a little planet inside of this actual thing that exists, and you can visit. And I went there, took pictures.
Wow, it's a
Whoa.
real thing? They
Yeah,
have an
and
ocean side of it?
they finished it. You can look it up. It's crazy. They finish it, and they have this 8 followers. They 8 biospherians that are wearing this. Like it's hilarious because like they're wearing this magic matching jumpsuits, like Star Trek, and they lock themselves in this thing for 2 years.
Oh my god.
So this is like the combination of the dreams of John Allen and his vision
Mm.
of like a self-sufficient system, and everything goes wrong. So
Yeah.
everything that can go wrong goes wrong. So I think they have a problem with oxygen, and this thing starts getting crawled with ants and roaches, right? They don't have enough oxygen. They're like very weak. They can't eat. The crops are failing. They have to eat the farm animals. They have to eat Rocky. One guy loses a finger. It's kind of like a cautionary tale on utopia, building a fantasy world that doesn't exist, and then it comes crashing down.
I love that. So you're making an animated
I'm adapting
concept
that into a film,
film.
an
Oh.
animated film that is kind of like a horror film. Yeah.
I
So
love
that's
that.
what I'm working on. I'm using my time to do that right now. So I'll show you when I'm more
That's so cool.
we see some progress.
Very nice, very nice. Updates other from apart from the show, Maya? You've got your podcast right now, right?
Yeah, tell us
Yes.
about that.
Yeah, so I have a podcast with my bestie Curly. We used to be coworkers at BuzzFeed's Better Like back in the day. And our podcast is with iHeartRadio and Sonoro. iHeartRadio's Latine vertical called My Cultura. And our podcast is called the Super Secret Bestie Club podcast. And it's just kind of like a hangout between two besties. This season is different. This is our 4th season. Every single episode, we're going to have a bestie on there. So it ranges from drag queens to activists. I mean, everyone's an activist right now, obviously, but like, like political activists and like actors and musicians, pop stars. So we're asking them like the craziest questions and just being besties with them. So yeah, we're working on that, and I'm also getting a puppy in October, so I'm kind of settling for.
I know who can cook you up.
Oh, who?
No, she already has a puppy.
Oh yeah, I'm getting one. Like I have to pick it up in Arizona where I'm from.
Oh, you already selected.
She already.
Yes, yeah. It was kind of selected for me, which is fine, but he's really cute. He's a frog. I don't know if I can show this on here. He is a Frenchie and a pug. So
Oh my God, handsome.
Not
Very handsome.
too
Natural.
cool. It's like you're pregnant, but you're not. You know.
I'm nesting. I still feel all the symptoms. Like, yeah, I'm like overeating a lot.
Are you preparing your home for Nacho to be destroyed by?
Yes, I am. I heard that dogs love cords, and I have cords everywhere, so I have to.
And shoes.
Yeah, and shoes.
Rocket was eating my pantufla, my slipper, and I got so mad. So yeah, prepare for the shoes to be chewed on, Maya.
I will.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna jump into only good news. There's so much news that's not good, so I'm like happy to be talking about only good things, which for me it's like films that are coming out. And right now Paul Thomas Anderson's latest movie, One Battle After Another, is coming out, and I'm excited for it. Are you guys interested in it? Are you planning to see it?
I've heard about it like twice. I've only known about it because it was an event that I wasn't invited to. All my influencer friends were there, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't invited. Wait, I don't know what this is for. So I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, no, it's very much about like what we are experiencing right now.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
I am, the guy you don't want to get stuck talking at the party that talks about cinema instead of movies. I'm that guy right now because Paul Thomas Anderson, I consider him the greatest American filmmaker alive. I'm obsessed with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Me too.
Is the only guy that has the ability right now to create whatever he wants in total disregard of the trends on the industry, anything. And he can get it financed and get it done. And it's always beautiful and has like the most amazing actors. It's like old school movies where like the director and the creators around him had the ability to pull out something great. Without thinking too much of what, like, he never chases trends. Like, he rarely gives interviews. What's interesting to me is like he is the most amazing director and the worst giving interviews. Like his interviews, like he's like all relaxed from nothing. It's like, I don't know. It kind of like, you had to see the movie. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it.
That's good.
I just missed, right? Yeah, it's not an intellectual when he talks. It's only an intellectual when he makes a movie, which I respect. He had the screening at the DGA that I missed with Spielberg as the Q&A a moderator. I missed that.
So cool.
Yeah, that was something. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward for this one. I don't know anything about it. I thought the trailer was great.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I have here that it's about a father-daughter dysfunctional relationship, about fascism. It's got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Production budget north of $130 million.
Expensive.
Yeah. That's crazy though, because it's like he does period films, right? So this one is not. This one is contemporary. So I'm just like, how is this one the most expensive one?
I think he managed to finance it. It has DiCaprio. Like, the actors
DiCaprio.
Okay. Yeah, I think that will do it.
That'll do it.
Jack.
My favorite of all time, and this is controversial, is Punch Drunk Love, which is a comedy. It's like the most weird romantic comedy. It's like a romantic comedy that is completely twisted. And it's about male rage, I think, in a very interesting way. And it's very poignant. If you watch it now, you go like, oh, there's something here that was broadcasting what was to come about, the fragile male ego and rage. I think it's very, very good. The Master, Cults, again, it's about Scientology. And is with Seymour Hoffman, which is an actor that I love. And it's kind of like it's like a romantic take on the beginnings of Scientology. And
The Master? It's about Scientology. Yeah. I did not know this.
Of course. Yeah. It's inspired by the founder of Scientology, played by Seymour Hoffman.
Wow.
And so how the whole thing starts, because it starts, as a little bit of a kind of like an underdog, weird little cult that grows into a religion, subtle religion. And so, yeah, and it's not historically accurate. It's not based on real events, but it's inspired by that, and it's really, really intense and amazing. And then Magnolia, which is his first one, he was like second one. He was 28 when he did that.
No, he was not. No, he was not. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, granted, he's a guy that it didn't come from nothing, right? Like he comes from prominent family, producers or something like that. He's like, but again, extremely like that kind of privileged person that also has incredible talent and uses it to create something beautiful. So I support that.
My favorite thing about PTA is that he's married to Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, that's a great achievement.
Shout out Maya.
Mayas are the best.
One of the great Mayas are the best. Come on.
No, it's true. I've never met a Maya I don't like.
There's no, yeah.
And Maya, not
instead of
M-Y-A.
N-A. Yeah, no. The spelling matters. The spelling matters.
Thank you.
Spelling matters in this case.
All right, let's jump into our segment called "How Did They Make It?" And today we're actually going to be talking about someone who has something in common with Maya, Quinta Brunson.
Oh, Quinta.
Yeah, I love Quinta. Maya, what can you tell me about what you know about Quinta?
So I worked with Quinta at BuzzFeed. We were there at the same time. And also she came from Vine just like me.
Oh, cool.
So we kind of had like that common thread. She has always been just so supportive like towards everyone since back in the day. She has always been Quinta, like humble, curious, confident, and like very much steadfast in her career and just like blinders on, focused, but also being able to give everybody else flowers as well.
I love that. She is 35 years old, so young. She's a Capricorn, Sagittarius cusp baby. She went on Amy Poehler's podcast recently and said that she's glad she was not actually a full-blown Sagittarius because she would have been a stripper. And then if she were a full Capricorn, then she would have been Elon Musk. She is the funniest. Ab Elementary is one of my favorite shows as of late, and I'm just a really big fan. So we're going to just talk about kind of the timeline and how she made it. Nico, do you watch Abbott?
I think I watched an episode, but I don't follow. No, tell me about it.
So, we'll go back to the beginning. So in 2014, 2015, Quinta went viral for that video. And I think this was a Vine, right? He Got Money. That was a Vine. Yeah. So it's basically, you should look it up. It's basically she's at the theater and she's on a date, I think, with this guy. And he gets something.
A large. She goes, a large? Oh, like he orders like the large of everything, and she's like, she got money.
Yeah, so funny, so cute. I love it. And that went viral. And then in the years of 2014 to 2018, she was at BuzzFeed and she produced, she wrote, and she acted in these viral videos for the company. And in 2017, she starred and created a YouTube Red comedy series called Broke, which I actually ended up working for one of the guys who was in that show. Do you know Maurice Williams, Maya?
I think so.
He was one of the three in Broke, and he was the showrunner of a show I worked on called Intergalactic. And he's a young up-and-coming actor and showrunner, and yeah, it's a small world. Everyone knows each other. In 2018, she left BuzzFeed to focus on independent projects. Cut to 2019, Black Lady Sketch Show on HBO. And then, I don't know exactly, there's not that much info about how Abbott became like a project that she was developing, but at some point she was developing this project, selling TV pilots and selling them to streaming platforms. One of them was Abbott. She was writing a show inspired by her mom's career as a teacher in Philadelphia. And now the show is in its 5th season. It's won several Emmys. She's got the Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing in a Comedy Series, which made her the first Black woman to win in that category. Huge deal. She was named one of Time's 100 most influential people. And it's so cool because like she's still going. Like there's going to be so many amazing things that she does. And I'm just a huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, the process of Abbott, I remember like she was developing all that stuff when she was at BuzzFeed, like her last year. It took years from like 2018 when she left to Black Lady Sketch Show to Abbott. Like there was a lot of things that she was working on that I was like, everybody was kind of like, what is she gonna? I know she's gonna come up with something amazing. Like, I just know it. Like, she's always been that kind of like magical being. There was this one time I have like a tiny little personal story where like I made this video for Better Like, and it was that BBC interview where that guy was at home doing an interview, and then his kids burst in, and then the mom is like scrambling to like drag them out, and that had just posted, it was just going viral. And I told the team at the time, we need to go like make a parody of this video now, like the Latino version. So we got everybody in there, and everybody, I was like the little kid walking in, and then Gadiel, who's another producer, was like the baby. Would be like a little stroller thing. Curly was like the person pulling us out of the room. Julissa was like the newscast, and she was being interviewed. She was talking about like the inflation of plátanos. Like, it was so funny. And Quinta shared that video on our main Slack and said, "This is so funny. Like, who produced this?" And it was like, I did it. It was me. It was me. I screenshot that because I was like, I know one day, like, so yes. I basically got an Emmy from Quinta.
You got a Quinta Emmy. That's so funny. Oh, those were the days. That time on the internet, man, that was something else.
Good old days.
I miss
But
it.
the thing is her trajectory to where she is now is she's always jumped on whatever platform, whatever trending, she's made trending things. So it's like really cool as an internet creator and like an aspiring actor and, filmmaker, whatever, like to see somebody go from the internet to, I mean, she's an A-list star, like that is amazing. Because I feel like the industry looked down on us so much. It's like, they're just content creators. They're just this and that. And it's like, well, this content creator is like, is your boss now.
Yeah. Proof.
Maya, I have a question for you because I didn't know you started Vine. Have you heard the rumors that Vine may come back?
Yeah, but it's like Elon wanted to bring it back.
Well, he has it, right? Like he has it in the hard drives.
I guess.
Because it's part of X, right? Because Twitter bought Vine, or right, back in the day. So it's part of what Elon is doing.
Wow. I don't know. I think the whole thing about Vine back in the day was like, it was 6 seconds. You could only record holding down your thumb like that, and nobody could upload, nobody could edit within the app. And so the whole concept was like, what can you make right now in the moment in 6 seconds? And now that everybody has like accessibility to like editing tools and stuff, it's like, yeah, but I think it was just cooler back then when it first started,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, last segment. I'm really excited to talk about this, you guys, because I haven't really chatted about it with anyone. It's the What Have We Been Watching?
Oh my God.
So we are here to talk about Unknown Number, which I know we've all watched, and it's time to. We know what the big picture is. This woman is batshit. This woman is batshit. If you haven't seen it, you've probably heard about it.
Tell us about what it is.
It's about a woman, Kendra, who catfishes her own daughter and is secretly in love with her daughter's boyfriend, I guess, and just tells her the craziest things ever and is like bullying her daughter online, sending her text messages, telling her to go herself. And it is dark. It is very dark, and I hate the way that it ended. So let's chat about it.
It's relentless too. It goes on and on. She never lets go. She never lets go. She has no shred of empathy for her own daughter about it. I kind of want to jump to the conclusion that, like, I think what it shocked me the most. Well, I mean, the story is a car crash, and you can't stop watching, right? It's the most ridiculous story, and I can picture the producer the moment that Kendra, the mother, accepts to be interviewed, like to go, like I can't. She said yes. I can't believe this just happened. Like, and I suspect the reason that she goes on into being interviewed is because she got paid, and that really is problematic for me. Like, there's no way that these people would incriminate themselves in the way they do after what they went through if they were not being paid enough money to go through with their lives, because they're so the economical situation of the subjects in the documentary is very dire. Like, they're very much in debt. They're like impoverished. So I wonder if this is not that they get money and they're like, yeah, I'll say anything that you want me to say. because of, I need the money,
Yeah, I mean, I had seen some spoilers online that was like, it was the mom, it was the mom. I was like, what? I'm like, I don't know what that means. I was trying to watch it without any spoilers because I'm like, what is this? Like, what's going on? Like, where is this going? Because they don't give you who actually did it until later. Like, they bait you with, like, it was the friend or it was a cousin or it was this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, this lady allowed for these innocent children to be psychologically messed with.
Yeah.
And like, this is like, I wonder if those families have sued her as well or like have gotten some compensation for, I don't know, a therapy bill or something. Because, like, can you imagine you telling your family, like, I didn't do this, like, I didn't do this. And they're like, of course you did it. And like
Yeah.
that
No.
kind of mistrust is crazy. And the fact that she lied about like not having a job for like a year or something, I'm like,
Crazy.
I would have dragged her ass out of the motherfucking house. Something like, go you're not gonna have a phone, so go get to walking, girl, get to walking
No.
somewhere.
It's crazy because I also think that gave her so much time to be even more sinister and like plotting it out better because she had time, She had so many opportunities to come forward, like you said, Maya. Like she let all these kids go through so much torture.
I have questions. So the first question is, to me, why don't they take the phone away from these people? Like, why is everyone so obsessed with having their phone in a situation where,
Yeah.
do you need the phone? Like, if that's the source of all the problems, why don't you take the phones away for a while?
From the kids?
Yeah. They give it a bullshit excuse like, no, because we don't want to stop watching what the person sends. So, because they could be in our home, is like, whatever.
That was a bad parenting move. That was really, really dumb that they let the kids keep the phone. Just turn the phone off. It's get them a new phone. Like
Just get them a phone that's only for calls or something. Like, but
That's the thing, I feel. A flip phone. I mean, would you not stop this whole madness? It's true that at some point this woman starts tracking down people like in the third line of this situation where now this kid goes into a different state, has a little girlfriend, and then this woman tracks that girlfriend down and starts sending her messages. So there's
that was crazy when she went
she's like,
to the girl. Dude, that was psychotic. This woman,
the thing,
psychotic.
to me, what's disappointing is that we're in a situation right now where the only things that can peer through and the only things that Netflix will finance are the crack cocaine version of a documentary, as opposed to like a documentary that observes this in a very deep way. So instead of like observing this situation from an interesting point of view and dissecting why as humanity are engaging in this mediation of technology, how are we relating with self-image, there's so many things you can talk about and make this an interesting experience, but instead you go for the whodunit, which is like misleading, like all this baiting, as you were saying, about who did it and re-victimizing everyone, because now you're had a whole segment that you're accusing this girl again who didn't do it, right? But because it's interesting for the documentary and it will get you hooked, you're gonna just like accuse her of doing it, and they're like, no, she wasn't actually who did it. It's like, yeah, but I think that's cheap filmmaking, I could stop. I mean, I'm part of it. I could not stop watching. I was like,
no, I know. I think there's two things about that. I think one is, I don't think that it's the only thing that Netflix is willing to make. I would argue that a show like Adolescence is a much slower narrative way of telling something that's kind of as addicting as this was. I think it's just the way that this was made. I don't know. It was an easy watch. It was an easy watch. People could just like binge it, and it was kind of a satisfying end, but
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. It has everything.
Yeah. And in the age of the internet, unfortunately, that was the best move they could have made, because people are making their own. Like, how many series on YouTube have I seen of like psychologist reviews this thing, or body science analyst reviews this thing, and the questions are, I mean, it's all, I saw that critique though on TikTok where they were like, they should have had like a psychiatrist or a therapist or somebody come through with some facts of like, this is what she has, personality disorder, or she has like whatever it is. But I feel like they want to leave it up to the audience so that they can create buzz about it, so that there's multiple different avenues to talk about. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're right. To discuss it. So, I mean, that's how I found it, unfortunately, is on TikTok, where somebody was like, I can't believe it was the mom. I'm like, what? And because I wasn't going to watch it, honestly, because I'm like, I'm so fatigued with anything about the internet, watching it, something about a phone or something about a content creator. I'm just like, I'm not about it. But when I saw on TikTok, it was like some cheese man. I'm like, what is this? And I watched it because of that. So I know.
I gotta say that.
Yeah, I'm the people you hate.
No. I get both of your points of view. They're very, poignant. I would say since the Jinx, that documentary, podcast, all those things, I haven't seen as much of a satisfying ending. Like, the documentary promised you something, like it establishes a mystery that needs, like, you're desperate need to solve, and it gives you the most satisfying solution, I gotta say. And they have it on camera. It's crazy. So I guess, well, kudos to that. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, they have the actual reaction video of her being told that she was caught, and it's ridiculous.
We're coming up to the very end, and I know that Nico, you want to talk about Robert Redford. Maya, do you know? Are you familiar with Robert Redford's films at all?
I'm not.
Me neither. So I told Nico we were gonna skip Robert Redford, but Nico feels so passionate about it that I'm excited to let him.
I want to hear it.
Something very uncanny happened, really, really weird, which was my dad sent me this message. Is like, I'm watching Ordinary People by Robert Redford and blah, blah. He sends me little podcasts. I don't know if this is a Latino thing or an Argentine thing, but everybody in Argentina sends you very long audios. And my dad sends me like 4-minute audios. Like, he's watching a movie, starts talking on his phone, and I get this thing. I should put it together as a podcast, honestly. And he's like, I'm watching Ordinary People. And I'm like, a minute before I got this message, I realized that Robert Redford had died. And I'm like, that he died, like, now. And he was like, no, I can't believe this.
Oh, no, your poor dad.
I'm like, yeah. So that kind of like started this rabbit hole about Robert Redford. And I think Robert Redford for longest time was kind of like a diffuse figure, because he's not even, I'm a little older, it's not even my generation. You have to think of Robert Redford as like the Jacob Elordi. How do you call that guy? Jacob Elordi, right?
Oh, Jacob
Elordi.
Yeah.
So this is like the
Elordi of his time. Okay.
So he is the Jacob Elordi of this time, because like, he's the sexy guy, but he's also a good actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is, but at first he's just a sexy guy, and then he grows into this amazing artist. So he then became this incredible artist, director, activist, right? He created Sundance in Utah single-handedly. So the Sundance, originally the festival was done in his ranch. So he buys a lot of land and he builds this festival, and he uses a lot of the resources that he gets out of it to support Native communities. So, and he became this very champion of Native communities, but not really in a performative white savior way, but more of a putting them up front and letting the festival be a very important platform for those Native communities. And so if you see, Sundance is very focused on and finances and supports a lot of Native filmmakers, which I think it's interesting. And that happened in 81, and the festival grew into what we know today to be the most important festival. And so I was like, okay, I got to watch movies by Robert Redford as a director, because I knew a little bit about his films as an actor. And I started with Ordinary People, which is his first movie, and he directs that movie. It is very much of an actor's movie. It's all about the performances. It's really nothing happens. It's a kind of portrait of a family that has lost a son, and it's kind of like the movie about the kid who needs to overcome the death of his brother, right? And has a therapist, and they talk in a heated, that kind of like blueprint for that. It became, I think, with the years, it became a little bit of a trope, but is this kind of like the breakthrough moment on the therapy scene where he finally says the words and finally overcomes magically the death of his brother. But the performances are incredible. You can tell that he's an actor director. Like, he knows how to direct actors and make the transitions, and everything is very nuanced. And then I watched a quiz show, which is about this incredible story about how NBC rigged a quiz show. And for the longest time, it's just crazy. So for the longest time, NBC had a show called the 21, and they would bring people to answer questions. And the people who were measuring better on the ratings, they would give them the answers to the questions. So this went on for years. And then when they had like a hot person, like someone who'd look good or something, they would just feed them the question beforehand, just so they would keep winning and they would become the champion of America. And then everybody would love them, right? And then there was a disgruntled show, a person who attended the show who felt like very bad about losing when the strike has come to an end, and then he was a whistleblower. And this movie now is a bigger movie, and you can see he grew as a director. So not only the performances are great, but also like is very sophisticated in the way it's directed. And it's like those. I just told you this movie, and it feels right now would be like a $4 million movie. This is like a 30, 40, $50 million movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a big event movie that doesn't exist anymore. And then finally, I thought one of my favorite movies is him as an actor. And my first one is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where he plays the famous member of a gang, like the three people that go into robbing banks and then all the way to Argentina, and they get killed. And I think they bounce back from Argentina back to the north. I think in Peru they finally get caught. They're legendary bank robbers. And they're two guys. He's one of the guys. And then a girl, and they're like a kind of like a throuple. They live together, and they rob banks together, and they live in a polyamorous situation.
Ooh.
And then the other movie,
I
was like, you have my attention. Polyamorous bank robbers. That's the way I would describe it. Then there is All the President's Men, about the Nixon Watergate scandal, which is a very famous movie. But my favorite is The Way We Were. You know about this movie, The Way We Were? With
Oh my God.
Streisand.
No, I've not seen it, but I've heard about it.
It's beautiful. And it's kind of like a snapshot of a couple that would never was, right? Like they meet in different times of their lives. It's the most romantic movie. And it's a movie that is, look at her. Yeah, she knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, is it about a situationship?
It's very much about a complicated situationship over the years. It's a long, long period. And this movie comes up a lot in Sex and the City.
Comes up in Sex and the City, the show?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, because she quotes the movie to Big.
Oh.
There's a line, I'm going to butcher it. It's something like,
your girl is lovely, Heather.
Oh, I think she's beautiful. Like she meets basically like later in their lives, she meets the one who became a wife.
Yes.
And she's very graceful about it, right? Barbara Streisand goes like, "Oh, Robert, I don't know who I think the character, I don't know, I'm butchering this, but basically, she acknowledges, oh, she's beautiful. She's very dignified in acknowledging that, she's good.
Yeah.
So she's the better woman. And so I think Carrie talks a lot about this, and she quotes the line on Sex and the City. It's a big part of that show. So that's Robert Redford. There's a lot about Robert Redford. There's for
R.I.P. King.
R.I.P. R.I.P. King.
I don't know what that is.
R.I.P. King is up there.
The snaps.
Little naps.
I know this naps.
I wrote down, okay, this is from what I've gathered from this episode. I'm going to watch Punch Drunk Love. I'm going to watch Ordinary People. I'm going to watch The Master and The Way We Were.
Start with The Way We Were. I'd watch that with you.
Okay, cool. Maya and I
we can do a film night with The Way We Were.
Yeah, Maya and I are going to go see Kiss of the Spider Woman right now. So I'm very excited. It's a musical, right?
Yeah.
It's a musical. The writer is an Argentinian.
Ooh,
wow.
Shout out.
Yeah. So it's originally Puig is the writer, and then he wrote that and became, he was one of the few Argentines at the time to kind of like peer through like Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
it is.
Dona Tia is one of the stars who's
breakout star.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
A novel by Manuel Puig. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And J-Lo. Well, this is the end, Maya. We've reached the end.
Maya, this is great. You got to come back. We're thinking that we're going to bring the best guests back.
Tell me that.
Five.
I was auditioning to be the best guest, actually, so that's perfect. Thank you. So exactly what I need for my ego right now.
Oh my God, Maya, you crack me up. I am so excited for people to see your one-woman show. Check that out. Go to Dynasty Typewriter, get your ticket. It's going to be on a Tuesday, so it's going to be a fun little break in between the week. Come.
Everybody needs it. Everybody needs to ja, 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 you know?
What is that?
Ja, ja, ja. Ha, ha.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Ha ha ha.
Hee hee, ha ha, and ja, ja, ja. I was like, not a lot of people are ja, ja, jaing right now, so come.
Oh, because ja 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 is in Spanish.
Yeah,
do
it's
that
ha, ha, ha.
I do that with my American friends, and they don't get what I'm doing.
I love a ja, ja, ja.
Ja ja ja. I never heard this before. It's very hilarious.
Oh my God, Maya. Okay, all right. Thank you, Nico. It was great to chat. Thank you, Maya. Take care.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.